First of all, what do you make of the
Thanks,
latest
Emily.
moves in Ether and Bitcoin? Why are we going backwards?
Well, I think we're going forward. It's just that our ecosystem is volatile, and it's volatile in an exponential and nearly generally up direction. So if you look back 7 days, we're down. If you look back 30 days, we're up over maybe 3,800. If you look back 7 years, we're up about $500 billion.
Fair point. So what's next?
What's next? So our ecosystem continues to grow wonderfully and excitingly. We seem to come upon a new paradigm shifting or foundational construct. A little over a year ago, DeFi really crushed it, maybe 18 months ago. DeFi 1.0 took on tremendous impactful importance. The NFT phenomenon has been just spectacular. DeFi 2.0 is starting to hit the scene. So it's taking a different, more sustainable approach to DeFi. Decentralized organizations are starting to be enormously impactful, and that's an incredibly exciting development in our ecosystem, because we've figured out how to decentralize the trust layer, making it possible for the world to have a trust foundation and to bring democratization to the decentralized finance infrastructure for the planet, and really bringing these decentralized organization constructs to bear. It's going to transform things.
Well, this is in part where ConsenSys comes in. You're being backed by a number of new investors, massive round. Dan Loeb's Third Point, for example, valuing you at $3.2 billion, in part to help with the development of Web3. How is ConsenSys going to help us get there? Where is the growth going to come from?
So the way we think of our business is that we operate a flywheel where we build a bunch of developer tooling that enables us and our community to build applications on an open source, decentralized global super app. And then in MetaMask and MetaMask Institutional, we provide the user interface to that super app. And so growth from our perspective comes from our ecosystem creating new DeFi primitives and us offering those to our different kinds of users, bringing this NFT phenomenon to bear in both artist communities and sports communities. So it's we're seeing growth in so many different directions, and we have a pretty strong enterprise focus as well to join our consumer focus.
What does a metaverse powered by blockchain look like?
So it looks like open, decentralized protocols. It looks like tokenization of many things or all the things. It looks like interoperation, so that you can take your digital assets and move them into different regions of the metaverse. It looks like decentralized governance. Essentially, it looks like a metaverse of user-centric protocols, user-centric social networks or social graphs. It looks like people and small organizations having real economic and political agency, as opposed to the Web 2 world that we live in, where major technology organizations own the platforms, control the platforms, and can deplatform people from the platforms.
That is quite a vision, Joe. Much, meantime, before we get there, is being made of the competition between Ethereum and Solana, some going as far as to say Solana is an ETH killer, that it's going to take the developers and the users away. How do you respond to that?
Solana is a wonderful technology. Near, Polkadot, Cosmos, so many of those platforms that like to think of themselves as layer one platforms are great technologies. They will be important as our ecosystem evolves, but Ethereum has chosen to focus on decentralization, and that's where you get trust from. So maximal decentralization will bring the trust foundation, And those protocols that are actually not competing with Ethereum, they're competing with layer 2 protocols on Ethereum. And many of those protocols will end up being layer 2s on Ethereum just because they focus on execution rather than security or even data availability. Those are the 3 pillars that you need to focus on as we move into the modular blockchain ecosystem. And Ethereum is the clear winner in terms of security, decentralization, and trust. And it's likely to win the guaranteed data availability layer. And then many protocols at layer 2, which benefit from the security guarantee of Ethereum, are going to get incredibly inexpensive to operate. They're already bringing thousands of transactions per second to Ethereum and cost effectively.
So quickly, you're saying Ethereum, thanks to layer 2, will become more competitive to Solana.
So I'm saying Solana has a chance of being a really valuable niche execution layer. And whether it sits beside Ethereum or on top of Ethereum, all these protocols are going to interoperate with one another. Solana is a cool technology and an exciting new ecosystem, but essentially we need different kinds of these decentralized database constructs, just in the same way that the Web 2 world has SQL databases and NoSQL databases and graph databases and different tunings of those databases. So Solana will subserve certain kinds of use cases.